Good morning. Driving to work today in a bit of a mess outside. As you can see, we've got us some snow. And it used to be, snow did not matter to us northern folk. Regardless of how much it was, you got out in it and it wasn't a big deal. However, as of recently, an inch of snow can throw the whole world in a tizzy. That's right, I said tizzy. There is barely any snow, but there is some freezing snow, sleet, whatever you want to call it, freezing rain on top of it, which has made it kind of slick. So if you see me upside down, know that something bad has happened. We'll try and stop that from happening. So, Saturday, lovely day here, almost 60 degrees, plenty of sunshine, beautiful day, nothing wrong with the day. And then we had Sunday. Sunday was a pretty good day as well. Sunday, let's see, what was Sunday? Oh, Sunday was a beautiful day too. Saturday, I got the surprise, almost the surprise of my life. And glorious day that it turned out to be, I will tell you in a moment. Pardon the music. Loud. Jeez. Okay, where did my hat go? Saturday, I was surprised by my brethren who did not tell me he was coming. I actually thought he was going to be working at the place of employment which he is employed. And I was going to be watching the boys while my wife and his wife went out on a sisterly pampering excursion. And sister showed up at the house. I was getting changed. She said, "Don't come out. Ruthie has something." And I was like, that's rather odd that you wouldn't want me to come out because she has something. But nevertheless, I shall listen to your request. And the next thing I know, I'm getting ready to walk out the door, and I'm met by my brethren eating a key lime pie piece. It was like Christmas instantaneously. Giant, long embrace. Big smile on my face, of course. And then we proceeded to plan the day, which was quite excellent. He did bring with him 4 cigars. There were 2 of us, so naturally we split them in half. Thank you again. Lovely. A Canary Island. I don't know if it was a double Corona or if it was a Lancero, but it was that size. Extremely dry in the tube, but nevertheless enjoyable. And then 2 other tube cigars, or 1 other tube cigar in the quantity of 2. Bolivars from Habanos, Cuba, in Robusto. And those were also dry. So we had the Canary Island cigars in the afternoon on the deck while the kids were playing in the yard. Then I cooked a awesome lunch for the 2 of us. Stuffed some chicken breasts, seasoned them with Santa Maria seasoning, and stuffed the chicken breasts with Colby Jack cheese and already cooked bacon pieces. Broiled them in the oven, 500 degrees, flipped them, buttered the breasts, and then put salsa on top and sprinkled on some shredded 3-year-old cheddar. and it was absolutely delicious with some steamed rice and steamed vegetables. We had triple Belgian ale from Weyerbacher called Mary Monk's. And then after that, he took a nap. Well deserved and well needed. I cleaned up, woke up, we had some coffee, Turkish, and a pour over. Some with sugar, some without, so he could taste that. Great stuff. He was jazzed. We watched some YouTube videos on Orthodoxy and Mount Athos in Greece, where there's a bunch of monasteries and monks who are just getting down with the business, you know, not wasting any time on anything. And that was actually really interesting to watch. And the ladies eventually ended up coming home later in the afternoon. We got, sorry for the thumb, we got Outback for dinner. Had some scotch with the steaks. Went with a Highland Park 15 year. I had a seared and seasoned ribeye, and he had a wood fire grilled ribeye. Both cooked the same as far as temperature goes. But I thought the Highland Park 15 year was too strong for the steak. It would have been better complemented with something like Ben Romick or Glenfiddich, Dalwhinnie, the Glenlivet, you know, some Speyside or maybe some West Coast Scotch. But the Highland Park 15 was a bit strong for my steak. He said it worked perfectly with his, but maybe that was because it was wood grilled and not seared and seasoned. So we'll try it again. So we were going to smoke those Boulevars in celebration of his soon-to-be son. And we did not get a chance to do that. The ladies were tired, and we said, you know what? We'll have to hold off in respect of our wives. And he said, well, why don't I come back tomorrow? Oh, what a lovely treat. Yes, please do. So Sunday afternoon was for us. Of course, in the morning, we went to our local religious organization and we worshiped, and we came home, we ate lunch, then we waited, and when he showed up, we rode off into the sunset into downtown Madison to go to a place called Vom Foss. VOMFASS. It's a German franchise store where you can go in and get spirits, wine, and oils and vinegars. They look like they're little tiny casks, but actually in the cask is a plastic bag. But at some point in time it was in a cask, and they have some of their own blends. They do blend. They have one called Kragabus. That's a Isla blend. It's got Lafroig, Lagavulin, Bunahaben, Koila, Ardbeg, and I think Balmore, if I'm not mistaken. There was about 5. And there's not that many distilleries on Isla, so I know it encompassed most of them. I do not think it had Jura in it. But they did have a Isle of Jura blend at this place, which I tried. So we went in and we sampled a bunch of stuff. Cognac XO, which was lovely. Sampled some white wines, some red wine. We tried absinthe, which was not bad, but I just hate black licorice, so I would never drink it again. But at least I can cross it off my list and say that I've had absinthe. Tried several different blends. One of them, which I bought, was Blair Athol, Scotch blend, which was a distillery in Pitlochry, which is, interestingly enough, the castle that my father's side of the family used to have in that area. And the castle's still standing. It's right off the highway. It'll be on the left-hand side beyond some trees before you get back into Edinburgh if you're coming back down from the Highlands. I got a picture of it and a video from our tour. So anywho, lovely place and lovely Scotch. And I believe he ended up getting the same thing as well, along with some oils and vinegars. We went to Mr. Brew's Tap House, which is basically a sports bar. Not a giant menu, pretty decent selection of beers. Food's okay. It's not really pricey. I think we ended up walking away with about 40 bucks on the bill for the both of us, so that's not too bad. Then we went home, started up a fire on the deck. The winds were whipping 50 miles an hour, gusts, steady 20-30 miles an hour. So we lit the biggest Nordic style fire we could get and tried to keep warm with that and smoked those Boulevards, and had it with a little glass of Glenfiddich and a little glass of Banknote, which is a single malt blend. It's 5 years old, and a big bottle of that will run you about $20 currently in 2015. So pretty decent stuff. It actually worked beautifully with that cigar. We had some music going and smoked those Cubans and enjoyed ourselves. So it was a lovely weekend. Then yesterday was the last day of ownership of my business. Sold it to another businessman, made a profit off of it. Business has been successful and all's been good. I'm just going to devote more time to the family, and we have a son with special needs who we want to really, stop screwing around. Not that we have been screwing around in a sense, but we haven't really gone full bore, whole hog, 200% into this thing with him to get him the help that he deserves and needs. So he's been doing therapy with ABA stuff through an organization called WEEP for about 2 years or 2.5 years. He was diagnosed about 4 years ago, and that therapy's been good, but it has its limitations. And we found a program out in Massachusetts called Sunrise, which has wonderful results. The program itself, we've tried just from reading the book that Ron Kaufman wrote. We've tried some of those things with our son, and he immediately responded positively to the techniques. And everybody that we've told about it has thought it is a great program, and they'd like to help. So I can't be at the shop for 70 or 80 hours a week and have any kind of help, in the process. So doing what's right and doing what we feel is right, and we're doing that. So it's been good. Everything's well. And yesterday I took my employee out, and we went to a place called Cafe Hollander, which is a really nice pub, gastropub, I guess is what they would call it sometimes. Pretty good food, actually really, really good food. I can't knock the food at all. The fried cheese curds were the best fried cheese curds I've ever eaten. The burger was excellent. They have over 250 beers to choose from, and they've got weird stuff all the way through the normal stuff. They've got Duval, Drake, Duval Single, Duvel, if you want to pronounce it, whatever. Dogfish Head, Goose Island. They've got just all kind of really, really good stuff. Really enjoyed that. And let's see, what else did we have? Oh yeah, so we got some water to start off with, ordered some cheese curds, a Duvel single, which was a real good, it's like a mix between a Pilsner and an IPA. A little bit of citrus, really light and easy to drink, crisp, good stuff. Got this bacon cheeseburger on a pretzel bun, awesome. Then I was looking over at the bar, really nice setup. They had a Scotch menu. Well, hallelujah. So I said, excuse me, Mr. Waiter, could I trouble you to go over to the bar and get me and my associate here 2 single Lagavulins, neat, in bourbon snifters, please. Sorry, what? 2 single Lagavulins, neat, in bourbon snifters, please. Oh, sure, yeah, we'll get that right up for you. Excellent, thank you. Brings it over. As soon as he sets it down on the table, the aroma, oh, it was like being transported back onto the island when we were on our trip. It just, the olfactory nerves kicked in and brought back memories. So the burger with the bacon, with the Lagavulin, oh, it was so good. And I just kept smelling it, kept eating, kept drinking, just enjoyed it. Such a great meal. It's probably one of the best meals I've had in a long time. Everything just worked so well together. So we get done with the meal, guy takes the plate away. I said, hey, you know what, that brownie skillet thing you got sounds pretty good. Let's get that. So he brings it out. Brownie's like the size of my fist. Big scoop of ice cream on top, covered up by a mound of whipped cream and chocolate sauce. Eat that, completely satisfied, we're happy. Check comes, eyes pop out of my head. Of course I saw the prices on everything, but I did not anticipate that price tag. Holy cow. So I'd still say it was worth it. It was great. So it's been a great 3 or 4 days, and thought I'd share that with you. Sorry for the length of video here, but there's a lot going on. Cuban cigars, wife's bought us new scotch, we went and tasted more scotch, had absinthe, had to hang out with my brother 2 days in a row. Man, just a great couple of days. Hope you guys are having a great day too. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in another video. If you got any comments or questions, I'd be glad to answer them. We'll see you guys later. Sláinte.